I'm taking a break from mortal cultists. Today we're opening a special line for bosses. The kind with secondary health bars that surprises no one. Dramatic entrances and an emotional attachment to whatever ruined cathedral they're glued to. You know the type. They've been waiting in the same circular arena since the second age of button mashing, convinced a fog wall is adequate security. So pour yourself something ancient and join me. And hey Jarvis, not like that. If you rotate past 40 degrees again, your humerus will snap like a breadstick, and I refuse to reattach limbs before caffeine.
Very good, sir. Shall I pour with the intact arm, or attempt a double wrist flourish?
Good grief. Anyway, video game bosses isn't a lucrative job like it used to be. Late-stage capitalism found them too. Take the Mirror Lord, for example. He asked me, completely serious, if there was any gesture, rite, or minor weather event that could restore dignity without violating his encounter script. Why? Because a mortal had rolled directly through his body, and then teabagged his own reflection. Not the Mirror Lord, the reflection. I suggested he drag some hazardous antique furniture in front of the fog door. Nothing formal, just anything with sharp corners and poor balance. And despite living full-time in a ruin held together by damp and ego, his response was astonishment.
I had never thought about getting up from my throne and doing it myself. What a bold strategy,
he said. He told me later it worked. Apparently the players took one look at the barricade and were instantly reminded they hadn't done laundry all week and still smelled like energy drink. Dignity restored through upholstery. Next up, we have Ferngulia, chosen of the ambidextrous. A mortal wandered into her sacred bog, ignored the fungus sigils, rolled through a curse burst, slashed her left root cluster, and 2 minutes later he was calling her a vibe and swamp mommy in fandom. One time he entered, stood there, yelled about his body being ready as she throat punched him with the might of a forest. She called me, algae still dripping off her third arm, and said,
I hit him so hard his spine skipped a cutscene, and he still left a 5-star review. Is this normal?
I suggested she rise from the waters and strangle his Wi-Fi with algae. She said she already had. He made it his ringtone. And, Jarvis, for the love of the void, I am mid-monologue. If it hurls one more waffle at my face, I will personally inscribe its employment termination into the fossil record. I am a Lovecraftian horror and a librarian on vacation, not a breakfast target.
Apologies, my lord. The tentacle hallucinated and believed you requested slapstick waffles.
Then revoke it with fire.
Very good. I'll fetch the lighter fluid now, sir.
Why is it so hard to find a hard-working zombie these days? Anyway, I told her to stop answering summons from men with anime avatars, and to curse their house, so that every female character in their game slowly stops recognizing them, one by one. Until even the NPC shopkeepers call them background noise. Anyway, moving on. You're not going to believe this, but the next caller wasn't even a boss. Not a demigod, not a dungeon horror, not even a mini-boss with a tragic backstory and too many cutscenes. No, she calls herself a girl boss. When I informed her, politely mind you, that this hotline was for alternate dimensional video game bosses seeking narrative arbitration or eldritch HR relief, she said, and I quote,
I'm a Twitch affiliate, same thing.
She summoned me with a pentagram made of hot fries, threatened me with manifestation energy, and said her fan base would cancel me if I didn't give her a loot table. I offered her a cursed trinket called a library card, and told her it grants access to an ancient chamber filled with silence, fine print, and a reading list. Her fanbase thought it was performance art. She hasn't returned. Congratulations, you made it to the end. As compensation for your tolerable attention span and your admirable restraint in not screaming when Jarvis appears, I offer you this, a level 1 interdimensional library card. It grants you access to the outer shelves of a spacefaring self-editing archive, stitched together from forgotten galaxies and badly filed prophecies. Please don't touch the glowing books. Should you wish to ascend to level 2, you need only commit a minor ritual act, press the like button, subscribe, maybe even ring the bell of binding, which is, yes, enforceable across dimensions. See you next time on another misadventure with myself, Cthulhu, the Librarian.